Hi everyone, my name is Lukas Balik and I'm CEO and co-founder of Spaceflow. And I hope you are all enjoying the conference so far. I'm really looking forward to have a presentation about what landlords can do to attract occupiers back. I believe that this is quite important and big topic these days for all of us actually. First, let me just introduce the agenda or outline of this presentation. So the first two parts will be dedicated to recent insights and market outlook. And then I would like to tell you more about how we see the need for transformation of the industry at Spaceflow. In the last part, we prepare for you some key areas where you can actually drive action with technology immediately. So this will be the very last or the end of the presentation. Let's maybe start now with not actually the most positive, but definitely important insights. And I have prepared for you some numbers from recent report made by JLL and KPMG. I think we would all agree that the future looks pretty uncertain at the moment for the post-pandemic office market. It's absolutely clear that there is a huge decrease in demand for office due to the pandemic and remote working. But obviously, this is not going to last forever, hopefully. Office will play its role. It just needs to find the right fit into today's world and actually in the world that is, coming right after we will get into the post-pandemic situation of the world. As probably most of you would agree, we are now facing many challenges, and the buildings are actually in the front line of this pandemic. So we believe that buildings actually have to adapt to the new reality, and tech is and will play a crucial role in this whole change. So what actually the new normal will look like? Let's look now into one of the recent reports from EY that reflects on the question, what are the real estate owners' technology priorities? And as we can see, number one is linked with making operations more efficient and reduce the cost. The second most important factor is linked with accessing new revenue streams and increase income. Then the next, we have accessing new metrics, analytics, and all these data points that are now accessible around the building environment. And the very last is linked with helping make better investment decisions. I think this is clear. I believe with or without pandemic, the need for these use cases or improvements wouldn't probably change much, right? But on top of that, landlords need to actually fight for bringing people back or attract them, help them and support them to get back to work and back to the offices. In cities like London, New York City, and all other major cities around the world, the number of people working remotely is still huge. And here are some interesting numbers from the latest CBRE report. I find especially very interesting that 85% people say they prefer to work remotely at least 2 to 3 days a week in the future. And 60% of people confirm that the main reason they will return to the office is access to community and collaboration. So some kind of hybrid way of working will be definitely on a rise. And this is something like a step towards, even higher flexibility than we've been seeing before this crisis. Plus, there is the importance of safe and healthy buildings in the post-pandemic world. And again, we believe, or I personally believe, that technology can help to address this challenge. And all the firms in the commercial real estate sector, such as landlords, developers, agents, managers, they actually must keep these trends in mind as they develop and execute long-term digital transformation strategies. So in the months and years ahead, office will definitely become more data-focused and community-oriented. And particularly when it comes to meeting post-pandemic and safety standards, this is really gonna be big important topic for landlords. And like I said, leveraging technologies and partnering with prop tech companies and platforms can help landlords and all these parties in the real estate industry help to meet evolving demands from their customers and end users in the built environment. So how do we fit into this in Spaceflow? What is our aim and our vision for the market? So Spaceflow pretty much works like an umbrella platform connecting the whole ecosystem into one place that helps to operate any building and space as a service. Having that said, Spaceflow is truly like the entry-level platform with which you can immediately start to digitize your portfolio and live in any building. We started back in 2016, and these days there are like more than 100 commercial buildings powered by Spaceflow on over 16 markets. And this year has been a huge turning point for us, because thanks to some big partnerships with major global landlords, we have currently more than 1,000 buildings in pipeline to be launched. So we can see really again the whole pandemic as accelerator of this whole transformation of the industry. And our solution has 3 key elements. The first one is the administration console, which includes all the data about tenant satisfaction, how the space is used, to help landlords and space owners manage the space and make better decisions. The second element is the end user mobile app, giving access to all services, community features, and smart building features to all occupants and residents. And lastly, the community engagement support, which is actually the crucial part of our solution, supporting the lack of resources on the side of our clients. So we really help our clients throughout the whole journey of the transformation to get these results and outcomes to upgrade their businesses. And we are big believers actually that any type of a space can be powered with tenant experience technology, and that the world is kind of getting closer to the mixed-use asset anyway. So let's now, in the rest of the presentation, focus on what actually can we improve immediately thanks to technology and tenant experience platform specifically. So we prepare for you these 3 things that landlords should start doing, as we say, as soon as possible. So let's now look into more detail and let's also look into some examples of how some of our clients are using these different features across their portfolio, across their buildings. So the first one is linked with engaging remotely and supporting tenants in returning back to work. Again, this is super important topic for the whole market and for all landlords globally to face this crisis. So the first thing we can do is pretty much focus really on frequent communication. I think what this crisis is showing that even that our customers and all people are working remotely, we still need to stay in touch with them and keep these relationships. So with modern platforms, we can easily stay in touch with occupiers, even remotely, keep this kind of community. For example, in Spaceflow, we have this whole toolkit for landlords and space operators that helps them to manage all these relationships and daily operations across their portfolio. We also focus on engagement strategies. I was talking about this hybrid way of working, on the hybrid way, how the whole office space will look. And with this, obviously, there is coming big need for all type of amenities and connection to community. And this is, again, something we can help, or at least in Spaceflow, we help clients and partners to prepare these community and engagement strategies to get the right content in the platform and stay connected and bring these perks, amenities to the end users as a benefit why they should go to the office. The last piece of this section is focused on dashboard and analytics. I think it's clear that these days we really need to become more data-driven. And for example, in Spaceflow, we collect extensive raw data, and we try to translate them into required use cases to make them accessible for our clients via our admin console in real time. So Actually, some of our premium clients also have like custom reporting where we use Tableau to set up smart dashboards that every client or respective building require. And what does it mean? You can get interesting insights about the tenant satisfaction per actually each company. What type of services do your tenants like? Overview of resolved tickets or all these operational aspects when managing the building. But also, for example, occupancy data, energy consumption, and many else based on what type of endpoints the platform communicates with, right? So this is really important to have a powerful dashboard that will drive your daily operations. Second important piece is linked with the topic of building trust and give confidence that the building or the buildings are safe. And with the pandemic, I think we would all agree that the need for sharing building updates and policies even strengthened, and how to get them to the end users. Again, with one digital platform for the building and for all tenants, it's quite easy. So you can anytime pin a post, make it really on the top of the news feed, and get these all updates and policies to the end users in real time. Another example is with feature for making polls and surveys. So rather than making decisions based on assumptions, we believe that polls are a unique way how to build a trusted environment and actually generate a value throughout the community. So another example of a feature that could help to bring this trust and partnership with your customers. One more example we have prepared here is reflects occupancy data for social distancing. This one we actually, for example, brought together with Allianz with one of their buildings in the portfolio, and their need was pretty much to bring a feature that would show in real time to all the building managers, but also all building occupants, how busy are the spaces in the building. For example, canteen. So thanks to this feature, you can easily see if the canteen is almost empty, half empty, or like pretty full at the moment. So you can really track these data, and based on them, make the decision if it's the right time actually for you to go down there. So this is another example. And the last section we have here, or I have prepared here for you today, is actually one of the most important, or one of the that we can hear most from landlords these days, and that's linked with introducing touch-free experience. So what are the biggest use cases we see here? The first one is linked with visitor management and access system. And here, the aim is to connect the platform with the access management in the building. So the app itself can work as a, let's say, card for you to open the turnstiles or elevator or the doors. For these, we, for example, partner with companies like HID or Salto. And we have been working on use cases, for example, with one of our first clients, CA IMO, with Austrian client with portfolio all over DACH and CE region. But many other clients are requesting this feature today to make this hands-free experience without touching anything. And similar goes with visitor management. You can sign up yourself as a visitor when entering the building without meeting anyone, just writing your name, who you're visiting, uploading some information, and then you are free to go. So this is example that is like I said, very important to landlords these days. Another one is linked with room and HOTDESK booking, which is something linked with more tenant needs rather than use case for the whole building, but with the trend of rotating workforce and this demand for higher flexibility. We believe that booking features are actually essential element for every space or every building. And last example is linked with seamless parcel delivery that allows to receive packages pretty much 24/7 and contactless. And this feature, of course, needs installment of hardware components or hardware physical locker to make it connected again to the platform mobile app for the end users. So that was actually my last slide. So thank you so much for joining today. Thank you for your attention. Please let me know if you have any questions, comments, and I'll be very happy to discuss with you how actually we can even help you in Spaceflow to digitize your portfolio and be ready for the new normal. Thank you so much.